Listen carefully. Stop for a moment. Before you decide anything, watch this. This story didn't start today. Something here doesn't add up. Because time usually does one thing to idols. It fades them. But with Jungkook, time did the opposite. Eyes audience retention, 20-60 seconds. Pay attention to what happened next. This part matters. Don't miss this detail. What you're about to hear changes everything. While others peaked, paused, or slowly disappeared from the spotlight, Jungkook kept moving forward. Quietly, consistently, relentlessly. Not chasing trends. Not begging for relevance. Just growing. Direct hit focus and direction, minute 1-4. Focus on this part. Look at this closely. Here, what most people overlooked. This wasn't a coincidence. Jungkook debuted young. Too young, some said. Thrown into global pressure before he even understood who he was. Criticism came early. Expectations came even faster. Every move analyzed. Every breath judged. And yet, instead of breaking, he absorbed it. He trained harder. He listened more. He spoke less. Time passed. Years stacked up. And something strange happened. His voice didn't wear out. It deepened. His dancing didn't slow. It sharpened. His presence didn't shrink. It expanded. This wasn't luck. This was patience. Pause emotion, after heavy fact. Pause for a moment. Let that sink in. Sit with that for a second. Think about this carefully. How many idols survived that long? And still look hungry. Story development, minute 4-7. Jungkook never announced his growth. He showed it. In the way he walked on stage. In the way he held silence between notes. In the confidence that didn't need explanation. Time stripped away the boyish uncertainty. And revealed something stronger underneath. Not arrogance. Not ego. Control. He stopped proving himself. Because he didn't need to anymore. The industry changed. Trends rotated. Sounds evolved. But Jungkook adapted without losing himself. That's rare. Most artists either cling to the past or get swallowed by the future. Jungkook did neither. He let time shape him. Pause emotion. Pause for a moment. Let that sink in. Sit with that for a second. Think about this carefully. Growth like this doesn't scream. It resonates. Deeper insight, minute 7-10. Look at the details people skip. The discipline. The restraint. The quiet confidence. He didn't chase validation. Validation chased him. And when the spotlight grew brighter, he didn't hide. He stood taller. Time didn't make him careless. It made him precise. Every performance felt intentional. Every expression deliberate. This is what maturity looks like in real time. Not loud. Not forced. Earned. Pause emotion. Pause for a moment. Let that sink in. Sit with that for a second. Think about this carefully. Legends aren't rushed. They're refined. Final build, minute 10-13. People say beauty fades. Fame fades. Youth fades. But Jungkook proves something different. When passion meets discipline, time becomes an ally. It strengthens the voice, sharpens the presence, deepens the impact. Time didn't take anything from him. It gave him clarity. It gave him weight. It gave him authority. And that's why every year, he doesn't look older. He looks elevated. Closing, minute 13-15. So no, time doesn't fade Jungkook. It elevates him. And if history has shown us anything, it's this. But elevation doesn't come without weight. The higher you rise, the more pressure you carry. And Jungkook carried it all. Expectations multiplied. Every release compared to the last. Every performance measured against perfection. Most would crack under that. But Jungkook didn't rush. He didn't over-explain. He didn't chase noise. He trusted time to do its work. Look closely at his journey. There were moments of silence. Moments when he stepped back. Moments people misunderstood as absence. But absence wasn't weakness. It was preparation. Because when he returned, there was nothing uncertain left. His voice carried experience. His eyes carried calm. His presence carried command. Not because he demanded attention, but because attention followed him naturally. Pause for a moment. Let that sink in. Sit with that for a second. Think about this carefully. True growth isn't loud. It's undeniable. Time taught him restraint. When to push. When to pause. When to let silence speak louder than words. That's not something you're born with. That's something time gives you. If you survive long enough to receive it. And Jungkook did more than survive. He learned. He evolved without erasing who he was. That's why his confidence feels different now. It isn't hungry. It isn't defensive. It's settled. People see the visuals, the strength, the polish. But what truly changed is the way he owns his space. No hesitation. No apology. Just presence. Time didn't rush him into greatness. It walked with him, step by step, year by year, until one day, people stopped asking when he would peak, because the answer became clear. He wasn't peaking. He was ascending. And that's the difference between those who fade and those who rise above time itself. And here's the part most people don't talk about. Elevation isn't just about success. It's about endurance. Staying grounded while standing at the top. Jungkook never let time turn him cold, or distant, or unreachable. Even as his influence grew, he stayed connected to the reason he started. The music, the movement, the meaning. That's why his performances don't feel mechanical. They feel lived in. Every note carries history. Every step carries memory. You can hear the years in his voice. Not as strain, but as depth. Pause for a moment. Let that sink in. Sit with that for a second. Think about this carefully. Depth is something time either gives you or takes from you. Time gave it to him. And when people say, this is his best era, they're missing the point. Because Jungkook isn't defined by eras. He doesn't arrive all at once. He unfolds, layer by layer, year by year. That's why each chapter feels stronger than the last. Not louder, not flashier, stronger. Time taught him balance. Between power and control. Between confidence and humility. That balance is rare. And it's why his presence feels lasting. Not temporary. So when you look at Jungkook today, you're not just seeing success. You're seeing time at work. Refining. Sharpening. Elevating. And the story still isn't finished. Because legends don't end their journey. They continue to rise with time.